As a videographer, you're hit with different filming scenarios, and sometimes that may mean filming in a small, tight space with very little room. But what if I told you there was a way to do it with less stress? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I filmed this professional panel with just one camera. I'll walk you through my setup, my audio strategy, the lens choice, and the exact thought process I used to make sure this event was captured professional and clean. Let's get into it. All right, so I'm currently at the National Press Building here in Washington, setting up this panel discussion with about, I want to say about 4 people. I need to confirm it because it's a possibility that maybe 6. Basically what I'm gonna do is gonna set up just a one camera angle, being that this room is pretty small. Let me turn you guys around so you can take a look. If it wants to turn around. This room is pretty small, but we do have the panel that's going to be up here. These are the chairs that we have as far as the discussion is going to happen. My thought process is going to go ahead and possibly set up my camera right here. So in this, what I'm going to do is possibly just remove these 2 chairs or just have one chair to where I'm actually going to be. But the point is just to remove these 2 chairs. So these people, they may have an obstructive view of the camera. It's only going to be one camera angle, but at least if the 2 chairs are removed, I will be able to lock in on the panel discussion that's up there. So the plan, what I have here is to use a Canon R5, or I could possibly use I think I'm gonna use the R6. I'm gonna run it on a Ninja screen so I can run that continuous. And I'm gonna have a 16 to 35 millimeter lens. And from this point, there's a possibility I could possibly just get it on a 24 and get a nice wide shot so everybody's nice and crisp and clear. I'm not gonna go in a shallow aperture. I'm gonna have it roughly about like a 5 or f5.6, so it's nice tack sharp with everybody here. What I'm gonna do to run all of my mics, because that can be an issue, especially if you have everybody lapelled up. I'm gonna actually run these to the Rode Wireless Go 2s. I'm gonna have those recording internally so I can pull the files off of the actual Rode afterwards. So I have 4 of these for 4 panel guests. I'm gonna run those with lapels. And also I'm gonna have a DJI, my 2 DJI microphones, one right here. I'll have that on, if there's 6, I'll have that as well on 2 of the participants and record those internally so I can pull all of the audio off of that. Now the way how I'm gonna get all scratch audio, I'm still gonna have good audio. I'm gonna have my Rode boom, or actually my Rode shotgun mic directly mounted on top of the wide angle camera. So I'm still getting good audio from the room. It's gonna be a little echoey, but it's good scratch audio to sync everything up afterward, because again, you want a really good audio source coming in so you can sync all the microphones and everything up afterwards. So that's how I'm gonna run it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it before everybody gets here. Let's go. So my thought process here is to remove these 2 chairs. I'm gonna move these chairs back and move them over. I'm just gonna increase the lines back on this side. So I'm gonna put these back here, this back here. Yes, it's gonna look a little weird, but I just need this to happen. So my camera is gonna sit right here, all right? All right, so I got my tripod here. Now, usually in this case here, I would run like a 2 camera setup. I'll have pick off speakers, but in this case, we're not gonna be doing that. The entire conversation recorded as far as documented. And I should be able to punch in on the different speakers when they're talking, but for this one, it is going to just be a 1 camera angle, not 2 camera angles. So, but if I was gonna run a 2 camera angle, I pretty much would run it to where I had 2 tripods side by side. I had 2 tripods side by side, and I would have the 1 camera as far as like getting pickup shots. It would be like on a 7200 or just a camera with a longer focal length, so I could get nice and tight on the subjects when I'm from back here. But again, we're running wides on this one. And I'm actually gonna be taking photos here too, being that this camera is gonna be running continuous. I'm gonna be taking photos so we can get those shots of the interactions and such like that. So that's the whole point. What I'm gonna do for this setup, I'm gonna bring this a little bit closer so you guys can see what I am running with, okay? So in this case here, I did mention I'm gonna be using the Canon R6 here. I'm gonna be pairing this with a Ninja screen. I'm gonna go ahead and just install my top handle. Now, one thing I love about this setup that I have, and I made a video on this. This is the Falcon, or the Ulanzi Falcon F38 system. Like, this thing just makes life so much easier when you're rigging up, because literally I got my top handle, my monitor's gonna go up there, which I have right here, but I'm just gonna rig it out just a little bit. Also have a newer V-mount battery mount. What's really great about all of this is that I have a power source here, so I can run my V-mount to here, and I also could run
an extension to my V-mount, so I have continuous power going to this as well. I could have easily just ran the dummy battery, but I like the V-mount if I gotta move really fast. It calls for it, the situation calls for it. So I'm gonna just use that. Again, I'm running with a 16 to 35 millimeter f2.8, but again, I'm gonna run it roughly on a 5.0 or 5.6. Now with this newer mount, just makes it easier because you could just mount it here, you could mount it here, and it just slides in. This little piece right here slides into the bottom of the camera. You get that nice and tight. And what I love about it is that it comes with this little key. So you don't need all these different tools. You actually have what you need already mounted on a little piece here. So let's get this screwed in. So this is actually being ran by the Department of Employment Services here in DC. So the mayor is not going to be here, but the representatives, I believe, from her office is going to be here. So again, it's going to be a big deal, but you want to make sure it's captured correctly. The greatest part about it, this light in this room is perfect. I mean, it's everybody's well lit. Look at me, I'm well lit. So there's no need for extra lighting to come in. And in this location that we're actually filming, they are some big sticklers on certain things that's happening. So we're not able to bring a ton in here. We have to work with what we have, which I will do, because you always want to make sure that you can work with what you have. All right, so now I got that mounted on. I'm gonna go ahead and slip on my camera. It's just gonna be right here. Okay, that's mounted in. Oh, that's not locking. There we go, now it's locked in. I would say the strongest piece of advice I can give to any new for videographer is to check your lock points consistently on your camera. Make sure these things are tight. God, I can't tell you how many times, like for me, I've dropped my cameras because I didn't do a second check just to make sure everything was locked into place. When I mean locked in place, I'm talking about like the screws. Make sure you lock everything down before you begin filming. Make sure it's nice and tight. Like, don't over tight it, but just get it nice and tight, because can you imagine you dropping your camera and you only have one camera? Like, that would be a bad day. You have to go rent it or call a friend. I would totally call in a friend like, hey, I need your camera. I need it now. Can you meet me at X, Y, and Z? And that would be an embarrassing call, but hopefully you got some good friends that can look out for you that way. Okay, so I got my I got my dummy battery installed. Here, we're roughly running at 9 a.m. This is supposed to start at 10. So dummy battery is installed. We got juice, yes. So here is the Ninja screen. We have a 1 terabyte Atom X Angelbird hard drive onto it. I just like to have enough space. What is this thing doing? Wait a minute. What am I doing? Am I missing something? No, I'm not. I got my little mounting plate. So this mounting plate is gonna go up here. And if you guys are in the market of looking for something that could help with just your solution, I highly recommend this Falcon F38 system. This thing is gold. It's gold. Let me tighten this down because I see that it's loose. We're not doing loose things at all.